Hi, I'm Reid. Thank you. You might have noticed I'm very white. I don't know how to handle those interactions with high-five handshake things. I'm also 31 years old, and it must be said, I am not aging well. Very bald. My eyes are deteriorating. And my dick is no longer DTF. It's DTM. Dead to me. My dick is so useless, right-leaning. Thank you. My dick is so useless, right-leaning, and full of fake promise, my girlfriend calls it Boris. You've probably picked up on my accent. I'm not from here, I'm Canadian. We speak similar English, but some words are slightly different. We call a fuzzy hat a toque. We call these pants. And if I said, I fingered some asshole on the way over, it just means I'm an aggressive driver who may or may not have stopped at a bathhouse. It does work both ways. So you're probably asking yourself, what is this limp dick Canadian gonna talk about? And thank you for the question, I appreciate it. I'm gonna be talking about the tube. So who here takes the tube? Who here likes the tube? See, fuck you all. I'm gonna be controversial and say I love the tube. It's 2 hours a day where I have no internet connection. And that means that I am alone with my fucked up thoughts and other people's newspaper headlines. I was on the tube a couple weeks ago and I saw the headline, "Used lover cuts off man's penis with garden shears." I don't know, fucked up, right? My first thought, if your girlfriend feels the need to cut off your penis with garden shears, kind of a compliment. I mean, that thing must have been huge. Like, I hope he didn't have a funeral for that thing. I hope he had a celebration of life because that thing fucking lived. He could invite all his genital friends. You know, black is the official color of mourning, so they'd all arrive unshaven. His favorite vagina would give the eulogy. He was such a good penis. I'm sorry, I promised I wouldn't cry. And that is my vagina doing a eulogy. Thank you very much. My second thought when I read that headline was, how? Like, if somebody is coming towards my genitals with a sharp object, my reaction is, like, you could cut off a finger, sure, but you're not getting it. Like, what kind of profession did he have that his reactions were like that? Was he just like a limbo dancer when he's anxious, just like, ah! But then I realized that that's wrong. I shouldn't be talking like that. That's victim blaming. That's not kosher. So it must have just been a very talented woman, you know? Credit where credit's due, right, ladies? Like, she was probably just a master of gardening edge weapons, a true Edward Scissorhands of our time. He was just standing there, admiring her work. And then he looked down and realized, fuck you was sculpted into his front shrub, and his favorite tree was now a stump. I'm gonna talk about another time I was on the tube having weird thoughts, do it a lot. I was sitting across from this really rough looking guy. He was the type of guy who looked 80, was probably only 50, but never expected to make it past 30, so fuck you. You know, he's just rolling a cigarette, and I'm concentrating on the back of his knuckles, trying to read the remnants of a tattoo that's been worn off one punch at a time. He lifts the cigarette up to his mouth. Oh, fuck off. His hands are relics, and I feel like I'm excavating history by reading them. He licks it with his inexplicably brown tongue to finish the ritual. And in that moment, our eyes meet, and my dick twitched. My fucking dick twitched. My dick was resurrected by this fucking guy. Like, have I just watched so much fucked up porn that this is my new fetish? Rough, ancient men who almost certainly have chlamydia? I mean, you can tell he's dirty. Looking at him, you can tell he could probably barely use condom in a sentence, let alone an anus. He is so ancient, giving him a blowjob would be like blowing a mummy. All I'd end up with is a mouthful of sand and the curse. I'd get to this point in my excavation before I realized, you know what, this isn't for me. And I mean that quite literally, because on the walls I'd unearth more ancient texts saying, property of Big Jim. Now I want to end on a serious note, guys. Every dick dies, but not every dick truly lives. Give your dicks lives worth celebrating. I've been Reid, you've been great.